Everyone, I'm Joel Wanasek, and today I'm going to talk to you about JST Finality. And if you've seen my Nail the Mix event, you know that I really like to use L1 on a lot of things. I'm a huge proponent of limiting. I like to limit a lot of things and automate my own dynamics in, as opposed to having to automate tons of dynamics, because it speeds up my mixing workflow, and limiting just adds a certain urgency and aggression to a sound that I really like, that makes it sound very modern to my ears. So let's take a look at an example. I'm going to show you some of my favorite uses for Finality. In front of me, I have Cognizance, which I did for the November 2015 Nail the Mix. And it's a really aggressive song with a lot of movement. So the bass is all over, the guitars are all over, and the drums are very wild. And limiting is really a great tool for controlling all of that. So I'm going to show you guys particularly what I would do on overheads as well as bass to get things under control. So let's hear it. Now, there's two things I don't like about the bass and the overheads right now, because there's not a limiter on them. The overheads, you can hear the cymbals really shoot out. They go psh, psh every time, and I want to kind of bring that closer to some of the stuff like the ride work and the accent cymbals. And the bass really just needs to be clamped down on, so it's super tight. So let me open up my mixer here, and I'm going to head over to my overheads, and I'm going to load up JST Finality Advanced. What the Finality is doing is kind of just taking some of the dynamics out of the cymbals and giving them a little bit more sustain, bringing down anything that overshoots, and it's just taking any extra snare transient out of the mix, and I'm letting that be made up for more with the sample. So let's listen to it in comparison. Just gives the cymbals that little bit of urgency and gives you a little bit more control. Now let's take a look at the bass guitar. So I have my bass split into a low and a high track. Let's listen. Now I just love to crush my bass, so let's open up Finality and make it not move. There's an aggro mode on here that I really like that adds a lot of body and aggression. Let's hear it. I also think that color switch sounds really good. It adds some extra harmonic material. So let's go clamp down on the swank now. And for me, the aggro solution here and color is just a little bit too much for what I think the swank should need. So let's put this back in the mix and kind of have a listen to it and balance it out. To me, that sounds a lot better, because when the bass player goes really high on the note up here, you have all of the dynamic stuff is completely under control, and it sounds just as powerful as when he's low playing the very low tuned guitar stuff. So there you have it. There's a little view of some of the things I like to do with Finality.